The year my girlfriend hit rock bottom, I broke up with her. A year later, he achieved fame and success, and married a younger, more handsome movie star, someone better than me. On a variety show, the host asked him, having swept all the major awards at such a young age, do you still have any regrets? She leaned against the yen, and I really wanted to know how the person who chose to abandon me back then is doing now. The host paused awkwardly. He's not doing well at all. Liu Ruoyan finally smiled. Then I'm relieved. But Mr. Fong left behind a videotape before he passed away. Liu Ruoyan's smile froze instantly. Her body, previously resting in Gu Qinyan's arms, stiffened abruptly. Is this just part of your show's gimmick? The host shook his head. My face appeared on the large screen behind him. Hello. Hi everyone, I'm Fang Yuan. Today, I'm breaking up. Hey, you're asking if I feel bad about dumping a promising, kind, adorable, innocent girlfriend? Do I feel sad? On screen, the man, his head shaved bald, was picking out a wig for himself. Wen Yan looked into the camera and grinned. Not sad at all. It'd only make him sad to see me like this now, haha. Hey, why are your hands shaking? You can't even film properly. I steadied my friend Su Ningyan's trembling hands. Ningyan choked up. I don't want to keep filming. Damn it, I really don't want to. No way. You promised me you'd record every single day until I died. Ningyan's voice trembled with tears. I can't go be. Nope, I patted his shoulder. Kid, I envy how perfectly you got everything figured out. You can't hand this job to anyone else. Seeing he was still shaking, I pulled him close by the shoulders. All right, Nyan Yan, you've got no one left in this world but you. Don't let your buddy down. His sobs grew louder. Okay. I'll film already, alright? Goodbye, world. April the 17th, 2023, 9:34 a.m. Take everything you want. Years later, I returned to my old family home. Ningyan followed behind me holding his phone. I walked ahead, leading our big yellow dog. Down a narrow path, laughter drifted over from the rice fields. I saw Lu Ruoyan just updated her social media with a song earlier. So it was because you took Xiao Wang away. I turned around. What song? I blocked him right after we broke up. It's Wu Yanbin's. Take everything you want. Ningyan and I exchanged glances for a moment, then burst into helpless laughter. Take everything you want. Leave me with what remains. Leave us the dog. Doesn't matter if it's useful or not. Rather laugh till tears fall. He wanted nothing but the dog. Yet you took nothing at all. Only walked away with the dog. Haha. Our laughter echoed from the edge of the frame, slowly mingling with sobs. Goodbye, world. April the 17th, 2023, 10:09 a.m. Does the little dog know you're leaving too? The old wooden door creaked open. I'm gonna get cobwebs all over me. I told you. Ever since Liu Ruoyan and I went to Beijing for college, we hardly ever came back home. After Grandma passed away, Liu Ruoyan and I took Xiao Huang with us. This is the first time bringing her back here. The camera angle shifted, now showing me holding the camera. Hello. Hey there. Fang Yuan here, giving you an immersive tour of cleaning out our old house. Holding a broom, waving it around, clearly I was the one cleaning, young master. Impatient here. Let me go. After a burst of laughter, I came out of the kitchen looking disheveled. He took the spatula with a gloomy face. I told you don't cook. Don't cook. Do you even know your own limits? Don't you have any self-awareness? Go sit down. I coughed while laughing and sat down. As soon as Ningyan entered the kitchen, my smile vanished from my face. I propped my phone on the table and couldn't stop gasping for breath. Shaking, I took a few breaths of oxygen, then smiled at the camera. Sorry about this. Lately, I've been having breathing problems more and more often. Hey, actually I'm really good at cooking. Seriously, watch me bravely charge back into the kitchen. Saying that, I picked up my phone, but something furry appeared by my feet. The camera panned downward. Xiao Huang was lying at my feet, eyelids drooping. Hungry? I handed him a sausage. He put it near his mouth, but stayed still, resting on my foot. Good boy, Xiao Wang. I need to check on Ningyan in the kitchen. What's wrong? Why are you so clingy today? I stroked his dry, brittle fur. I get it now. Xiao Huang is old too. I can barely muster the energy to move. Right? Fine then. I'll spend a bit more time with you today. Leaning against the sofa, I sighed with a smile. Soon, I won't have the chance to be with you anymore. Xiao Huang let out a low whimper. Overwhelming exhaustion hit me. I closed my eyes. Goodbye, world. 2023. April the 17th, 11:25 a.m. Is a home still a home when no one's there? When I woke up from the sofa, Ningyan was crouching by my feet. Hearing my voice, he looked up, tears streaming down his face. They say dogs can sense when their owners are about to leave, and will go ahead to the next life to wait for them. My hand nearly dropped the camera. I quickly reached to pet Xiao Hong. He had no breath left. He lay at my feet and quietly left me. While I drifted off to sleep from exhaustion, my laugh looked worse than crying. What am I even saying? Xiao Huang was 10 years old. It was simply his time to pass peacefully. When the camera turned on again, I was sitting beside a small mound on the hill behind our house, breathing heavily, my face pale. I wiped the sweat from my brow and pointed toward home. Go straight this way, that's home. Just don't go the wrong direction. If you end up at Lai Royan's place. I suddenly stopped, smiled, and pulled my hand back. Don't go back. There won't be anyone there soon. When I go down below, we'll reunite with mom and dad and build a new home together. Sobs accompanied the shaky camera. I looked up and pointed behind the lens, smiling. What are you doing? You can't even hold the camera steady. Ningyan cried even harder. You damn idiot. What are you talking about? I laughed out loud. Waved him over. Look at you. Let's go home and eat what you cooked. Fang Yuan, just you try acting like this again. I grinned and stepped forward, putting my arm around his shoulder. Don't worry, brother Shan is invincible. Tiny cancer. Got it under control. Ha ha ha. Goodbye, human world. April the 18th, 2023, 8:25 a.m. Sometimes even I forget I'm a patient. Fang Yuan Fang. Ning, you open the door. Ningyan frantically pounded on the door. The camera was propped to the side. Ningyan didn't even have time to adjust the camera angle. Only her lower body and the room inside could be seen. I screamed and cried out. Get out. I told you to get out. Immediately followed by violent vomiting sounds. To cry, going mad. I'll break down the door. What on earth happened? Let me see, get out. Leave me alone. Heart-wrenching cries pierced through the screen. Xu Lingyan slammed hard against the door. The old wooden door swung open with a crash. Inside the room, I knelt beside the trash. Strands of hair stuck to my face from vomit. Utterly disheveled. Nothing remained of yesterday's laughter and singing. I looked up in despair. My eyes bloodshot. Ningyan Fang Yuan. He knelt down, ignoring how filthy I was, and pulled me tightly into his arms. My chin rested on his shoulder, tears soaking through her clothes. Sorry, my emotions are just really bad right now. But I always feel confused when I wake up, thinking I'm still the normal Fang Yuan. Then I stare at the ceiling for a long time, until I realize I'm sick. I'm sick. Xu Ningyan. I sobbed uncontrollably. Xu Ningyan held me even tighter. It's okay. Ah, Yuan, you'll definitely get through this. You absolutely will. After all, you're Fang Yuan. Goodbye, human world. April the 21st, 2024, 4:36 p.m. Sometimes, forgetting is actually a comfort for the strong. On Xu Ningyan's arm, where the sleeve was rolled up, bruises from repeated needle insertions were visible. What should we do? Ning, at this rate there won't be any spots left to insert needles. Oh, now you know it hurts? Wasn't it you who stayed up all night, fighting for concert tickets last night? I chuckled. I have to see my ex-girlfriend's first concert after she became famous. Long time no see. Let me check if her singing improved. Xu Ningyan fell silent. After a long pause, he gently touched me. You said back then you broke up with her because you didn't want to hold her back. If she still has feelings for you now, would you ask her for help? No, I answered firmly. But now one of her songs earns millions. She definitely has the means to help pay for your treatment. Still no, and you're not allowed to tell her either. But look at you now. I placed my hands on my hips. The indwelling needle left faint marks on my skin. I'm perfectly fine right now. Besides, back when he was poorest, I dumped him. Now that he's just achieved fame and success, I go running back saying, I'm sick. What kind of person would that be? Don't worry, I'm Fang Yuan. Tiny cancer. I pinched my thumb and index finger together, making a pinching gesture. Soon again looked at me for a while, then sighed. I waved my hand. Come on, this illness might not even be curable no matter how much money we spend. Might as well use what little money we have left on enjoying life to the fullest. Hurry up, it's already evening. Didn't we still have plans for the amusement park? Before that, I found a barbecue place. I bumped straight into someone. I was frantically apologizing. That person looked up. I saw their face clearly. I immediately stepped back several paces. Xu gasped sharply. Ruyan, although he was wearing a mask completely covered up. Lovers can recognize each other just by their eyes. Fang Yuan, her beautiful eyes held a trace of shock. Then came anger. Without thinking, she scolded me. I turned and ran away immediately. The camera shook wildly. Xu also followed me running all the way. A cancer patient ran faster than even a healthy person. After heavy panting, someone loudly called out my name, Fang Yuan. Do you really hate me that much? Goodbye, human world. April the 21st, 2024, 11 p.m. 1:17 a.m. Love always seems to hide in unseen corners. Yeah, just take one look and leave. Sorry to trouble you. Ah Yuan, it's not that I have anything against you. After all, we're both from the same village. It was you who broke up with him back then. He only just managed to move on. Your junior has now become a rising star in the entertainment industry. He really likes him too. Public opinion is strongly supporting them. You don't, I smiled and nodded. I know, Lanji. I won't disturb him. I just want to see him one last time, just to see him. All right, after a few exchanges, the camera focused on me. I'd come to Lanji's place. Standing right behind me now is Lu Ruyan's agent. Back then, to push her to write songs, he bought a house directly across from hers. From this floor-to-ceiling window, you can see Lu Ruyan's place. Whenever live Ruyan slacked off, he'd call her right away. But he's always kept the curtains drawn, so he probably can't see anything. As I spoke, I pointed the camera toward Lu Ruyan's new home. The lens passed through the parted curtains and landed on a framed photo hanging on the wall. My smile froze instantly. It was a couple's photo of us from the past. In the picture, we were wearing wedding clothes we'd only wear if we actually got married. Jokingly smiling at the camera. That day, I even teased him. If you ever become famous someday, you really will marry me, right? I never imagined this playful wedding photo would be hung right in the center. He's back. He took off his mask, raised his hand and touched the photo, then pressed his fingers hard against it. His whole body slumped, leaning against something as he lowered his head, his shoulders shaking. I, holding the camera, also pressed my fist against the floor-to-ceiling window, clenching my teeth to suppress my trembling. I smiled. I thought he'd never know, in his whole life, that I was actually standing right behind him. Goodbye, human world. May the 21st, 2024, 10:02 p.m. The hardest words to say in my life turned out to be, I love you. At the concert venue, glow sticks waved furiously. Xu Ningyan held up the camera, but wasn't filming Yu Ruyan. Instead, he aimed it at me, the young master wildly waving my glow stick. Slow down. Don't knock your wig off. I pulled my mask down a bit. It's fine. I checked it so many times before coming. Besides, I even put on some extra powder before I came. Still look pretty good? You can't even tell I'm sick, right? Xu Ningyan smiled. Her voice choked up slightly. Your makeup skills aren't even as good as your cooking. You just don't know how to appreciate. I turned my head away from the camera. The next second, Lu Ruyan singing came through the lens. With you in the morning, heaven and earth are. You appeared in my world. Love suddenly gained color. I clapped towards Xu Ningyan. That vocal run was amazing. She's singing way better than before, not just a little bit. No wonder her fans couldn't stop screaming. This is so well written. Zhu Qingyan is truly Lu Ruyan's salvation. Lu Ruyan really nailed it. Ever since she broke up with Fang Yuan, her songwriting has gotten better and better. She should have dumped Fang Yuan ages ago. What do you mean by that? Xu Ningyan turned her head. I immediately grabbed her arm, but it was already too late. She pushed me away. What's wrong with Fang Yuan? Fans and companions nearby looked over. Fang Yuan, that useless deadweight who only holds her back. He saw his sister had no money and just walked away. Don't tell me you're going to defend that homewrecker. Who are you calling a homewrecker? Xu Ningyan threw her phone down. I hurriedly held her back as she tried rushing forward, smiling apologetically at them behind my mask. Sorry, my apologies. My friend's a bit worked up. The fan glanced at me disdainfully. At least one of you has some sense. Our queen already wrote a love song for her lover. That guy surnamed Fang better stay out of this. The concert camera panned directly to the VIP seating area, landing on the man sitting there. Gu Qingyan wore an elegant gown, legs crossed, seated gracefully, her presence standing out distinctly among the crowd of fans. Cheers erupted instantly throughout the venue. Liu Ruyan stood on stage, nodding gently toward him. The atmosphere grew even more electric. They're really together. Absolutely. The ship I've been rooting for is real. The camera then focused back on my face. Xu Ningyan spoke tentatively. Fang Yuan, I snapped back to reality and smiled. They really suit each other, don't they? Look, right, Fang Yuan. If you have something to say, just say it. I don't believe you really. Really let go. I fell silent for a moment, then smiled at the camera. People are leaving anyway. Even if you can't let go, you have to let go. The next second, the spotlight blinded me. My heart jolted in alarm. The camera caught me. On stage, Li Ruyan seemed to sense something. Pausing mid-gesture with the microphone, she looked toward the big screen, where the light shone. That seat was already empty. Goodbye, this world. May the 21st, 2024, 11:10 p.m. Some words can only be saved for the next life. Leaning against the wall, I gasped for breath. Xu Ningyan supported me with one hand while holding up. The camera, young master. You're the patient here. Why run so fast? I adjusted my wig in front of the lens. If I didn't run, they'd see me like this. His fans would definitely attack me then. He's worked so hard. Finally holding such a huge concert. Would it be fair to ruin it for him? A deep voice sounded behind Fang Yuan. My hand froze mid-adjustment of the wig. I quickly pulled my mask higher, but the next second it was yanked down. I stared wide-eyed into Li Ruyan's face. His intense gaze locked onto mine, brows furrowed tightly. Xu Ningyan was shocked. Almost dropped the camera. How long has it been since you left me? And already ended up like this? He yanked the tie away from him. A scornful smile curled at his lips. The woman you chose to abandon me for didn't take good care of you. I pushed her hand away. Quickly put on my mask. Her smile grew even more disdainful. I thought he was something special. So much so that you couldn't even spare a word for me. Turns out he's nothing. Next time you want to see my concert, you can watch openly and proudly. I won't mock you. After all, you've long meant nothing to me. My fingers gripping the mask straps. Eyelashes lowered. Xu Ningyan suddenly spoke. Really means nothing? Of course, I should thank you properly. Fang Yuan froze. If not for you, I'd never have realized my true love in this life is Gu Jingyan. She smirked. Thanks for your betrayal. She doesn't actually have him. I get it now. I raised my hand and covered Xu Ningyan's mouth. Smiled at her. Wish you both 100 years of happiness. She said, didn't work out. Xu Ningyan tried to say something more. I yanked her hard, dragging her away forcefully. Behind us came Gu Qingyan's voice. Ruyan, that's Yuan. His voice drifted unclearly in the wind. Not in my heart. He's long been dead. Goodbye, human world. May the 25th, 2024, 7:28 a.m. Life always seems to go on, until one day you don't even notice you're walking alone. Xu Ningyan's eyes turned red, searching everywhere. Early this morning, her room was already empty. The bed neatly made, as if she hadn't slept there at all. Where could she have gone that night? Could that idiot have been triggered by Liu Ruyan? Ever since that concert, she's been completely listless. Seriously, it's just a woman. If she dares sneak off and do something stupid while I'm not looking, I swear, I'll cut ties with her forever. Xu Ningyan searched everywhere for the camera. Through country paths, past terraced fields. She arrived at the cemetery, in front of a small earthen mound. A frail figure sat on the steps, staring blankly at the tombstone. Fang Yuan. Xu Ningyan nearly shouted in anger. What are you doing here alone? I watched him for a moment, tilted my head, thought for a second before realizing. It's Ningyan. Fang Yuan's Xu Ningyan's voice trembled. I waved with a smile. It's nothing, it's just, lately I get tired easily. My memory's gotten worse too. I keep dreaming about mom and dad. Last night the pain kept me awake, so I figured I'd come out and take a look. As I spoke, my smile deepened. Ningyan being here feels like someone's still waiting for me to come home. Enough already. Xu Ningyan came to my side. It hurts. Why didn't you call me? Does it still hurt now? Should I take you to the hospital? I shook my head with a smile. The pain comes less often lately. Sometimes I even feel no different from a normal person. Maybe that's why you should shut up. Xu Ningyan cut me off. Let's get something to eat first, then I'll take you to the hospital. The breeze lifts my hair. Some things, even if I understand them clearly, can't be said. So I just smiled and nodded. Okay, what delicious food did you make today? The scene cuts off abruptly here. I open it again, and now there's only me in front of the camera, adjusting the settings. I smile at the camera. This party recorded it secretly behind his back. He definitely wouldn't want me saying these things. Just now I saw him crying alone in secret. Actually, sometimes I don't dream about mom and dad, but rather, in that hazy state between sleep and wakefulness, I see them standing by the doorway, holding my favorite sweet dancer pork, smiling as they ask if I'm tired from studying away from home, saying, they've come to take me back home. I sigh. I look up, trying hard to hold back my tears, but some still slip down the corners of my eyes. Do you think people eventually realize, somewhere along the way, that they're all alone? After thinking for a moment, I smile again. Hey, isn't that actually kind of nice? Like now I only need to worry about Ming alone. When I leave, at least there won't be so many things I can't let go of. Am I right? Just as I say this, I immediately wave my hand at the camera. No. These words mustn't let Sun Yan hear. I'll hide this recording. Even if he finds it after I die, he can scold me all he wants, but I won't hear it anyway. You have no idea. He was already holding back a lot while filming this. When he really starts cursing, it's absolutely awful. You absolutely cannot hear it. I pause for a moment, wave at the camera, and say, that's enough for today. Goodbye. See you in the next life. Goodbye, this world. June the 25th, 2024, 12:47 p.m. I never thought I'd abandon Jing. Xu Ningyan holds the camera, filming left and right inside the car. Weather clear. Temperature, pleasant. Fang Yuan. I peek out from under the blanket, my thin bony hand making a peace sign toward the camera. Fang Yuan is invincible. Xu Ningyan sighs. Hey, your voice is so weak. Do you really have to go? I rest my chin in my hand. Of course I do. It's the day he receives his highest honor, the highlight of his life. Xu Ningyan snorts. A love song written for Gu Qingyan. Not only do you not scold him, you even rush over to witness the song winning an award? I laugh. She always thought I betrayed her. If he wasn't writing love songs for Gu Qingyan, was he supposed to write them for me instead? The car arrives near the award ceremony venue. As soon as I step out of the car, the first thing I see is Liu Ruyan's portrait displayed on the massive screen covering the entire building. Colors of Love has topped music charts worldwide. The ultimate romantic gesture from a musical prodigy to her beloved. Even the plaza's background. Music plays the line. With you in the morning, the whole world feels vast. You appeared in my world, and suddenly, love had color. Ugh, so cheesy. Xu Ningyan mutters, rolling her eyes. I laugh. It's not even that good. All right, let's go in. We worked hard to get these tickets. Don't waste them. I pull Xu Ningyan along. Just as we take one step forward, everything suddenly goes black before my eyes. The world spins around me. All I hear is Xu Ningyan screaming. Fang Yuan. The scene shifts. Now I'm lying in a hospital bed, watching the award ceremony broadcast on the TV mounted on the wall. Ruyan stands on stage accepting her award, accompanied by Gu Qingyan. I was in the middle of delivering my acceptance speech. Actually receiving this award today came as a complete surprise. And I also want to thank someone. Thank you to the person who abandoned me back then. If not for his sudden disappearance, I never would have known that I could love someone this much in my life. Gu Qingyan blushed. The audience erupted into excited screams, shipping them as a couple. I pointed the camera at myself, seeing my sunken cheeks. Then flipped the camera around again. I cleared my throat. Hey, I need to clarify something. My disappearance wasn't because I died or anything like that. Xu Ningyan interrupted me crying. Stop joking around. Seriously, I finally managed to stop crying. The camera shook slightly, seemingly from my laughter trembling, but actually because I could barely hold it anymore. I handed the camera to Xu Ningyan. I closed my eyes. So tired. I just want to sleep. This time I really can rest. The videotape ends here. Xu Ningyan sat in the audience, already sobbing uncontrollably. Liu Ruyan stared blankly at the now black screen. She turned her head towards Xu Ningyan, bewildered. Why didn't she tell? Xu Ningyan, choking back tears. When she found out, it was your poorest time. He said if you knew, you'd definitely drop out of the competition. To take her everywhere seeking treatment. But Lanji said, if you went on competing, there was a good chance you'd succeed. She knew she didn't have much time left. She missed home too. Liu Ruyan's fingers trembled. She held back her tears for a long time before they finally fell. She really hated my dad. Xu Ningyan shook her head. She recorded some videos herself. I only found out about them after she passed away. After she finished speaking, the big screen once again showed my image. I waved at the camera, still with a knife needle in my hand. Lying in a hospital bed, I feel there are some things I need to clarify. I don't know what people will think. After watching this video, maybe they'll misunderstand Liu Ruyan. But he's a really good person. We grew up together since childhood. I clearly remember after that concert, my bank account kept receiving anonymous transfers. I knew it was him. I pulled up the transaction records, each one showing 7 or 8 digit amounts. I smiled at the camera. I knew it was Liu Ruyan, thank you. But it's already too late. I won't be coming back. However, I'll donate this money on your behalf to establish a cancer fighting fund. Donating it to charity while I'm still alive. Since we're already talking about this, let me also mention how I'd like my assets distributed. I refused treatment, so I still have some money left. I know Liu Ruyan doesn't need it anymore. So, I'm giving all of it to Xu Ningyan. My goodbye world. Video series is also fully entrusted to Xu Ningyan. If these videos help her gain popularity, that would be the best outcome. Just let me reiterate once more. Liu Ruyan did nothing wrong. He's always been someone with a tough exterior but a soft heart. Please don't cyberbully him. Thanks. I waved at the camera. That's all for now. This time see you in another life. After the final clip finished playing, Liu Ruyan remained seated there, without a word. Some fans in the audience couldn't sit still. What is this supposed to be? Gu Shao and Sister Ruyan are together. Posted another video of her ex-boyfriend. What's she trying to do? Isn't that just a mistress? But someone soon refuted that. Isn't this just a record from before he died? Even if it wasn't posted here, it's already gone viral on social media. He's dead. Could he have controlled that? In any case, even in death, he can't be a mistress. He's not the mistress. Liu Ruyan spoke up. The audience immediately fell silent. Gu Yan hesitated for a moment, took the microphone. I'm sorry, but Liu Ruyan and I weren't actually together. For a while after that, Liu Ruyan, who had always been in the spotlight, disappeared without a trace. When Go Qingyan found her, She was sitting in front of the wedding photo of her and Fang Yuan, with a pile of empty bottles scattered at her feet. What are you doing? Gu Qingyan stepped forward and snatched the bottle from her hand. You've been drinking for 3 days without eating anything. Are you really planning to follow your senior? Your senior wouldn't want to see you like this. With Liu Ruyan laughing. Do you really think he'd still want to see me? Gu Qingyan stopped in his tracks. Liu Ruyan held her head. Her shoulders heaved repeatedly. It was hard to tell whether she was crying or laughing. If she were still here, she'd probably hate me to death, right? If only I had acted a little earlier, even just a little, I could have earned what he needed. Fame, so that he could have stayed without any qualms. That way, he could have comfortably had me treat his illness. Instead of saying he couldn't take it anymore, she then turned to look at Go Qingyan. What are you doing here again? Didn't I already help clear things up for you? We're in a business-arranged marriage. No one will accuse you of being the other woman. Nor will your reputation be affected. Could you please stop meddling in things between him and me? Gu Qingyan gritted his teeth. I know, but before leaving, certain things need to be cleared up. If our senior truly were to hate me, then why would he have recorded a clarification video for you? You and him have been childhood sweethearts. Don't you know what kind of person he is? If he really could see this, do you think he'd be at ease leaving? He left so coldly, just to see that your future was limitless. But look at what you're doing. Guo Qingyan kicked the dust-covered guitar. What about your dream of music? If you really love him, then use the rest of your life to write songs for him, so that even in heaven he can hear your love. It's better than waiting here to die. With those words, he tossed the food delivery order down and turned to leave. Liu Ruyan remained seated, staring at the guitar for a long time. She got up, but her legs went weak and she collapsed to the ground. He had been subsisting on alcohol for almost 3 days. For a while, he had little strength. He managed to eat a few bites of the meal that Go Qingyan brought him. At last, he gathered enough strength to pick up the guitar and played a few notes. It was the color of love. That day, Liu Ruyan updated her Weibo. It was a photo. On a piece of paper, a single line was written. With you, every morning, the world feels boundless. You entered my world, and suddenly love had a color. March the 12th, 2023. Netizens immediately picked up on the implication. This song was written for Fang Yuan on that date. They haven't broken up yet. Turns out he's been singing to Fang Yuan all along. I love you. I can't take it anymore. Why is heaven treating Fang Yuan this way? Overnight, Fang Yuan's Weibo gained 1 million followers. But actually, there was only one post. Feeling down? You can come chat with me. Wishing everyone health and happiness at home, and growing old together with the one you love. There are so many new comments every day. Bro, is the world over there good? I'm so tired. I want to find you. If the baby upstairs has any difficulties, please tell me. Auntie doesn't have much money, but it'll help as much as I can. It hurts so badly. How did my brother endure those final days? Senior, I'll help persuade him to come back. Don't worry. I was almost at my breaking point. But seeing how optimistic my brother remained in his final moments, I wanted to hold on a little longer. Among countless comments, one received so many likes it shot to the top. Love that came too late. Can you still feel it? Comment by Liu Ruyan. The first